Born in 1946 to a Croatian father and an Anglo mother, and we lived at Kitchener and Templeton. I think we were two houses up, and I was sort of across the street from Lord Nelson School, right? And I don't remember this, but I know that my older brothers, two older half brothers, and my father was a fisherman, they would be able to walk just a block and a half down to Nanaimo Street, get on a tram, and end up in Steveston so they could visit my dad.
Hmm.
Amazing.
Really?
And I'm a little bit of a hoarder, still am, and I could see an early, very early moment of hoarding. My mother didn't like hoarding. She had a grandfather who hoarded. And I was a child. When I was a child, I don't actually remember the tram running, but when they tore the tram tracks out, I was old enough to be out and about on my own, and I brought home some spikes from the old tram tracks, and my mother, who did not like any kind of mess in the house, got mad at me, and it was almost the first time I can remember when she got angry with me. And what else, Granby? We would walk out to Hastings and Nanaimo for grocery shopping, and I think there was some kind of big, maybe almost a Safeway, close to the corner of Hastings and Nanaimo. We'd walk out and shop. Another memory is going with my mother to a Marilyn Monroe movie, and we walked down. I don't know which direction we looked, but anyway, we walked down First Avenue. We would have got to Commercial Drive, and we would have gone a block or two to the south and saw a Marilyn Monroe movie with my mother. And I don't think there was no traffic on the streets the way it is now. In fact, when we were at Kitchener and Templeton, we would play on the street, and then just very occasionally we'd have to clear off and let a car come through, but very occasionally. In fact, at Kitchener and Templeton, up higher on the block, and the houses were a bit bigger and a bit nicer, there was actually a doctor lived there. He had a car.
Wow. So most people didn't have cars.
Oh gosh, no. No. My dad eventually, when we moved to North Burnaby a few years later, my dad got a car. No, most people did not have cars.
Yeah, but the streetcar, of course.
And the streetcars were really way more than adequate. It would be really in good position if we had that.
Did you ever have treats when you were a kid?
Treats?
Like go to the store or ice cream store?
Oh, yeah, I've had a lot of dental work done, and in fact, there was a tiny grocery store. My mother never shopped there. They just, I don't know what they sold, milk and candy to the school kids, and I could get for 1 penny 3 jawbreakers, which I didn't really like, or these little black jelly candies, and I think that we used to call them nigger babies. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, those days are gone.
Yeah, and I think you get 3 of those for a penny. And yeah, chocolate came a little bit later.
Huh.
Okay, can we think of anything else from down there?
Ice cream?
Yes, I remember I don't know where we got ice cream or what the deal was with ice cream, but I know my brother had a pair of pants, and I would call them the ice cream pants, because if it was a birthday or something like that, we would have ice cream, and he'd be wearing what I call these ice cream pants, which I think were just sort of long shorts. They were a little bit maybe dressy at the time. I don't know. But it was absolutely much more hands-on communication and so on with other neighbors. You just went out on the street, and whoever was on the street, you played with them, and I was very interested, with the schoolyard across the street at Lord Nelson. I wasn't old enough to go to school. And very interesting memories of children playing unsupervised.
So let's connect to the present. How do you end up living here just off Commercial Drive on Charles Street?
Well, I grew up in North Burnaby, went to UBC, got a teaching degree, ended up teaching school out on the west coast of Vancouver Island, where I developed a property. I built a beautiful gift shop, which is still there. Coming back to the city, actually I did another shop in Port Alberni on my way back, came back here, did another shop down on West 4th Avenue, And I wanted to live within a short walking distance to the makings of the Caesar salad. Now, I don't know where that came from, but that put me on Charles and Commercial Drive, which is a much busier neighborhood now. Occasionally, I have regrets when I step out onto the street and, everybody's texting and talking to someone who's
The
not
whole
there.
Caesar salad thing, was it the early 70s? Whenever you went to a restaurant, they would come to your table and they'd make a Caesar salad in front of you?
No, I just kind of like the taste of Caesar salad, and I'm trying to think,
But
was
there's
it
a
the
craze
70s
there.
that I don't
There's a
think
craze.
it wasn't the 70s when I came here. I mean, I think I was still, you know, trying to build my fortune other places. Came back here, kind of lived down around West 4th Avenue, rented there when I came back. Oh no, that was before. That was when I was going to university.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it was altogether more serious after the West 4th Avenue days.
So you went to university in the 60s?
Yes.
Oh, so that was hippie Kitsilano.
Yeah, it was hippie Kitsilano, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I still got a few friends from that time, which is kind of nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Them days are gone.